Admitting you were afraid always took more guts than pretending you weren't. Being willing to make a mistake got you further than never trying. The world had decided that to be fallible was weak, but we are all fallible. The strong ones are the ones who accepted.
I'm your host, Melanie,
And I'm Tiffany,
and we are two outdoorsy bookish baldies.
and this is Words in the Wild.
Well, hello, everyone.
Welcome back. You come in so sultry-ish, and I feel like I come in so aggressively. Welcome back. It's another one and another one.
Yeah, I don't know what I think I've just been like really tired, but well, today I definitely have a little bit of the itis for sure.
But it's officially spring. Well, the itis does not know seasons, so that's fair.
No, it doesn't.
It
But
does.
it is
It
spring.
does know fall. It knows those holidays, but
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no, it is spring. I think I'm gonna start being the energy is coming back for sure, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Today I feel like a potato. I ate I ate potatoes. That's probably why.
You eat potatoes and Mexican food.
It was Mexican food with potatoes in it. It was
What
a
is it?
gordita and it had like it was called picadillo and it had ground beef and like potatoes and I want to say beans. So
Oh,
basically that's I'm
okay,
asleep right
okay,
now.
okay. You gonna sleep through this one? Got it, got it. And I had ramen, so I
Wow.
am on the polar opposite end of
But
your
that's still, like, so
lunch.
brothy and warm, I feel like that would also put me to sleep. Most food puts me to sleep. If it's not, like, a salad or something, if it's warm, it's probably gonna put me to sleep. If it has carbs, it's probably gonna put me to sleep.
It sounds like you just
Uh,
like sleep. That's what I'm
well,
thinking.
that's definitely true.
You and
But
sleep
yeah,
are fans.
I have to do, like like, when I would work because I worked remote, oh my god, I could not like, I had to just either skip lunch or do, like, salads, like, because anything heavier than that, it was nap time, it was night night, like, especially if I didn't have meetings. Oh
Oh,
my
no.
god, it was a fight to, like, stay focused after lunch, so yeah,
Do you
I
drink
don't
coffee?
do nope.
Okay.
Every now and then, I do like to treat myself. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Every now and then, I like to treat myself to I like coffee, but I don't drink it for before work because I think I get a little too antsy and jittery, and it makes it harder for me to focus. Like I'm like I have all this energy, I don't know what to do with it. So I usually prefer coffee if I am like about to go do something physical. Like I'll drink coffee before I go for a hike or a bike ride or
Oh, wow.
go do something physical. But if I'm just gonna go sit at my desk, I just get really anxious.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I just was curious.
Mm.
I okay.
I love the taste of coffee. Every week there's a little bakery by my house that has like really fancy coffee drinks, and I treat myself once a week.
I just like the smell.
Mm.
The taste is quite awful, except
Wow,
for
I
when I
love the
was
taste
in
of coffee.
I liked it in Hawaii and Costa Rica. I'm not
Huh,
gonna lie. I
yeah.
was like, "Aren't these places famous for coffee? Let me try this coffee." And it wasn't like I went to some fancy coffee farm. It was
Mhm.
just like whatever coffee was in my condo or hotel or wherever I was staying, and
Wow.
I was like, "Oh, I get it. Like, y'all
Hmm.
do coffee. Like, it's not bitter, it just" yeah,
Mm.
it's interesting.
Hmm.
But I am me and caffeine, we don't click unless it's in matcha or teas.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't do
Yeah.
the beans, I can't do the beans.
Yeah, I generally prefer prefer uh not drinking caffeine. It's so intense, but wow, that's so funny. I love the taste. But yeah. How are you doing?
I am fabulous. It is officially spring. I have not made a plan as far as gardening because I still would like to do another 4 to 6 week exodus of the country this summer.
Mm, mm.
But, I did seed start. No, no.
No.
I wait. Yes. I
Yes.
did place some seeds outside. I don't wanna so,
Mhm.
you know how everything's expensive right now?
Yes.
Typically, at this point in my life, I would have set up my grow tower and begun growing all my seedlings from especially now, I would be starting my peppers and tomatoes, anything that has, like, a really, really long germination rate and
Mm,
grow rate and all this fun stuff, right?
mhm.
I don't know, something in my soul cannot keep a grow light on for 12 hours a day
Hmm.
for weeks. I'm just
Mm.
like, "No, energy bills are too high right now, I can't do
Even
that."
with, like, the
I'm like,
LED lights or
"Yeah, look, I promise you they probably don't make a big of a difference,
Uh-huh.
and I don't I'm sure it's fine, and I
Yeah.
may in, like, a week or 2, but I
Mm.
really just wanted to be outside." Also, low key, a part of the main reason why I really, really despise starting seeds indoors is
Yeah.
because then I have to, like, clean and sanitize the
Mhm.
containers from last year, and every year I say I'm gonna do it I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it when it's hot outside, I'm gonna do it
Mhm.
when and I never do it, and then I don't wanna do it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't do it. So, I have some I have, beets. I don't put radish in cells, so I have a grow tower, I just put radish directly, I directly sowed those, and
Huh.
then lettuce, kale, and bok choy. It's just kinda
Mhm.
like green, stuff that I know that can be outside and it'll be fine,
Yeah.
because I have a little greenhouse, a little mini greenhouse thingy, so I put all that stuff outside, but I did not sanitize the containers that they're in. I didn't clean them. I
Mm.
didn't get any fancy dirt, I just got dirt that was already in a grow bag or in some other container.
Hmm.
Because 'cause I'm like, it's lettuce, it's greens, like, I'm less concerned about disease and infestation, nothing really takes over. I've had kale infestation things
Hmm.
before.
Really? Like,
I don't
what?
I didn't I freaked out, I didn't know what it was, I just saw the
You
creatures
look
and
weird? Oh, they were bugs.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
and I just threw it out, but that was the only time I've ever seen anything on greens, otherwise,
Maybe they were aphids? I don't know. Sorry.
it was probably most definitely aphids. Now with
Mhm.
my more mature gardening brain, when I
Yeah.
go back to look at them or, what it looked like, it was really gross.
Yeah.
I literally threw away the dirt. That's how freaked out I was because I
Ugh,
didn't know what was
and
going. I
they
just
grow
dumped the
so
whole
fast.
container in the
Aphids proliferate so fast. It's
well, it
crazy.
was like a million of them too. So, like, now when I
Yeah.
get aphids, they're not it's not that many. I've
Mm.
not seen, like,
That's
a
crazy.
setup like that, but also, like, I wasn't eating the kale really. Sometimes I
Mm.
grow stuff and it just be out there
Yeah.
looking like a flower, a green flower,
Huh.
but, I'm trying to get better. Same with herbs, I gotta just get better about harvesting stuff and actually consuming it and not throwing it out,
Yeah.
which because I can't put it in my compost,
I feel like I
but
can do that. I'll just have tomatoes on the vine forever, and it's like, "Why did you do all of this
yeah,
to not eat any of these tomatoes?" Like,
yeah.
what? This makes no sense.
I do enjoy giving away food. That's
Yeah.
the only part about, like, working from home that sucks is when you aren't around people, so it will be nice when I can go drop off cucumbers and, well, not melons. Melons I gatekeep, but
No. Wow.
cucumbers and zucchini and
What
oh my
I want
goodness.
a melon for your melon. My mom calls me melon.
Oh, I get it, I get it. Oh, mom, she's so clever.
She's so clever.
Yes, okay, well, if you come out this way, you can most definitely get a
Give me
melon.
a little sugar baby.
Yes, that is all the melon well, I'm growing, usually grow sugar baby and I grow,
Mm.
I didn't name it this, but they're called midget melons. They're
Oh.
small cantaloupe varieties. Yeah, so cute. I only got one last year, I kinda abandoned my community bed, And
Yeah.
so the ones that grew over there, when I got to them, they were, like, rotted. It's like, "Oh."
Oh.
Well, they were okay, they were overripe, I'll say that.
Oh.
So I just
Oh
gotta
my
get
god,
better.
they're so tiny. I hate that they call them
Yeah,
midget melons, but, like,
yeah.
wow, they're so little.
They were, like, not even they were, like, the size of
Mhm.
a mango almost, if
I
that.
see, they're, like, handheld.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can hold a regular cantaloupe, but I don't know. I'm obsessed with miniature things, though. Anything that's, like, smaller than it should be is, like I'm obsessed with it.
Alright, well, come on out here. I got little baby strawberries you can have.
Great.
I'm trying to get some larger June-bearing varieties because I really don't like small I mean, I don't dislike them.
June
Strawberries
bear.
freshly grown is amazing,
Huh.
but
Mm.
I want a big, fat, juicy strawberry. I used to think like, "Oh, no, I'd rather have strawberries that just grow for months and months and months," and that's cool,
And that's
but,
cool.
like, when you got 3 strawberries the size of nickels
Yeah.
in a bowl, you're just like, "Hmm, where
That's
do I put this? Is this gonna
great.
go in the smoothie? Is this gonna go on my
Am I
breakfast
gonna taste it in
bowl?"
my smoothie?
Like, what am I doing? Like, this is a joke.
This is strawberry for
S
ants?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, that's where we are, but otherwise, yes, I am doing great. How
That's
is
good.
life for you?
It's going, yeah, it's happening. It's busy, it's also not busy, I don't know, but I feel like we're in a season, so we're just kind of in the season, and right now I'm, like, just trying to get my life packed up, and, yeah, just kinda taking some steps. I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing okay though. I'm doing okay. I don't want to say too much.
You never do, but that's okay.
I
That's
mean,
okay.
will real G's move in silence like lasagna. You know what I mean? So I'll
Word.
talk about I will we've had our chats and
Yes.
yeah, I will share more I think when I'm ready to. But yeah,
Hey,
otherwise doing
all
okay.
good.
Yeah.
Alright.
Mhm.
Well, I have to say, I am reading the pages of this book expeditiously, and
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like, "Oh, this book is so good," or,
Hmm.
"Oh, there's not that many I don't know, but I get through my reading pretty quick, so
Mhm.
I'm excited to chat and continue on with the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah, I think that her writing style is, like, really consumable. Like, it's like, I just wanna keep reading. I don't know. I think the book is good, and I think she just has a really engaging writing style. So, I feel you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
well, I mean, so where did we I where did we leave off last week?
So we left off I know because it's so crazy with these chapters. So it looks like we left off well, we're at the start of December 29th, 1984.
Mhm.
And so
So that
that's
was the
where
date of that oh, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, so this essentially what's happening with the book is the author is bouncing between the past and the present,
Mhm.
right? And so the present is 1984. And then the past
Mm.
is kind of all these things that led up to 1984.
The asteroid
So it was
training.
actually kind of a good point for us to stop because it was going back to the present. And I
Mhm.
guess we sort of wrapped up on it being in the past and they were doing all this flight training and basically Joan and Vanessa was flirting in the bar. They still don't know that they're flirting yet, but they up there flirting and, they had those water tests and, both of
Yeah,
them
oh my gosh. That
yeah,
was crazy.
yeah, it
I
actually
don't know what
seemed
that
so
looks like.
fun.
Is
It's
it?
like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I wanna
Forgot.
do all of that. Give it to
Wow.
me. And so, yeah, that now we have jumped back into 1984, which essentially was, well, this post-Christmas, pre-New Year's action is
Mhm,
essentially when, Vanessa's team is out in space
mhm,
and this hole proceeds to destroy everyone's life
mm,
effectively.
mhm.
And, so Joan's on the ground in ground control trying to manage the situation, and Vanessa's on the other side of it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of my little unscripted recap of where we left and where we are now.
Yeah, 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 so, I mean, yeah, we go back to, I guess, present day, and it's the space catastrophe, and gosh, everybody in the crew is either, like, dead or unconscious.
Which is crazy, except for
Yeah.
Vanessa.
Yeah, except for Vanessa. Um, man, and she has to prepare the shuttle and land it back on Earth by herself. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it sounds like an incredibly high stress situation. I mean, I does that part sound fun to you? Do you wanna do that part too or no?
No, I just
Just
wanna
the
be in the
water
pool. I just
stuff.
wanna be in the
Okay.
water.
Just wanna be in the pool.
I ain't say nothing about I ain't say I was
Like,
actually
I'm
trying to
not
go to
trying to
space.
land us back to Earth.
Nah,
I'm here
nah.
for the fun parts.
Look, if I'm going to space, there better be a whole community pre-set up for me to greet me. That's the only way I'm going to the space.
To
But
the
I ain't
space.
going to the space just to say hi and bye. Like, no,
Oh
no,
my
no, no,
god. Oh,
no.
okay, so you're staying. You're
Yes.
sticking around.
If I go to space, I'm not coming back, and I don't
Earthseed.
mean because I'm dying. So,
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Alright. Got it. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were that community in Earthseed that was like, I'm ready to set up on Mars. Let's do it." Um
Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Actually, though, I've had deep, deep, deep thoughts about our Earthsea community,
Mm.
um, and I think I'm gonna start looking. I'm not
Ooh.
joking.
Okay.
Yeah, upon recent developments in the world,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah.
know people don't necessarily know when we record this, but does it matter at this point? There's
Yeah.
something every week.
Uh-huh.
I really I really want to develop a commune for
Yeah.
former or current climbers, people who just, like, love nature, the outdoors, recreation. I
Mm.
really do, and
Mhm.
everyone will have a tiny house because there
Mm.
will be no, like, overindulgence of space, and
Mhm.
it'll all be about nature and community, gardening,
Hmm.
having a farm, taking
Mhm.
care of the animals together.
Aminals. I
Yeah,
love that. Sign me
so
up.
I'm on it. I'm on it. It's my mission. Mission
Mhm.
26.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
I'm all
love
about manifestation too. So I used to be like, "Don't talk about things or they won't come true." And I'm like, "No, it's literally the opposite."
Hmm.
So, I don't
Hmm.
even feel any kind of way saying it on here, and this is not a business venture. This is a life venture. So,
Mhm.
if
Mhm.
if everyone does it, even better.
Mhm.
Even better.
Oh my god, yeah.
I
I
hope
yeah.
someone steals it or does it, like, please, if
Yeah.
you get it first and you wanna invite me, I'll pay for my part.
Right?
So,
Yeah. No, that's yeah. 100%. I love that. I love that about manifestation too, what you said. I think that's poignant. um, but Vanessa is trying to land this shuttle back on planet Earth, and she has like a really short amount of time to do it. I didn't really understand exactly what they were describing, but they said like three, I don't know, it was like a certain
oh,
amount
like
of
the revolutions or
revolutions or
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta happen fa as someone who's watched a lot of these space movies, there's
Mm,
always this, like, there's always a storm, let's just
mhm,
call it,
mhm.
a space storm, and they'll have, like, these all these, like, debris,
Mm,
I don't know, fallen stars, whatever is happening in Earth or in space, everything is popping off,
mhm.
and then it stops, and then they're like, "We have 33 minutes before it comes back around again." It's
Wow.
so it's I don't know if yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
So,
I
yeah,
didn't
I
pay
wonder how long it takes them to go around planet Earth.
right, right. Yeah,
Couple
I think
hours? They experience a day in, like, a couple hours.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the Little Prince and his little planet. He sees the sunset, like, 25 times a day.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool. Man, okay, okay, sorry, side note, I got really excited about space while I was reading this. Like, not really excited, not in, like, a sincere way, like, I don't like, space is, like, completely above my head, but I do think it's cool, and I was like, "Man, astronauts, like, is that still a thing? Like, do people still go out to space?" Like, 'cause I feel
Is
like
there
I don't
still a space
hear
station?
like, I just feel like I don't hear about
No, we don't know
that
what
type of
dump is
stuff
funding,
happening.
so yeah.
Um, so, yeah, but there is a space launch happening at the Kennedy Space Center. I
Mm.
believe it's around April 1st.
Ooh.
And, they, like, launch satellites and stuff like this, but this is actually a manned space mission that's happening, and I was, like, looking because it's, like it seems like the dates are, like, variable, like, they have a planned date, but it's, like, you have to be really prepared for the things to change, so you get, like you can get tickets and stuff, but you have to be, like, kind of available. They might be like, "Okay, it's go time," and then you have, like, a couple hours to get there and, like, whatever, but
Oh, to watch it live?
yeah, and they have, like, all these
Oh.
different tiers of tickets, and I've heard depending on where you are in Florida, you can see it from a lot of different places, but I'm like, "That'd be so cool to be, like, right there in the action and see the, like, ships take off." I don't know,
Field trip.
I got caught up in the moment when Joan and Vanessa were, like, watching
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the spacecrafts take off. I was like, "I wanna be there. I wanna experience this." So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe one day. Apparently, these types of missions happen, like, every several years, but I'm keeping an eye out now. I'm a changed person.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so
And one thing that I thought was interesting in this, section, since
mm,
there's not chapters,
right.
we know there that from the gate, when they started this whole program, Joan really, I'll honestly say, like, it was always all the women against Lydia, because Lydia was, like, not just the goody goody, but also the one who will just roll with whatever crude, weird jokes the men make and just is like,
She gave pick me vibes.
"Yes. Ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding,
yeah,
that." And
yes.
so I just thought it was funny that Lydia Lydia was like, "It would," or, Vanessa was like, "It would be Lydia, of all people, who saves my life."
Oh.
It's like she
Oh.
mad. It's like, it would be that hoe. That hoe would be the one who saves me. She seems so mad about it.
That's funny. Wow, I didn't even catch that. That's really funny.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah,
Um,
she's currently passed out right now, but
yeah,
before she
patched up
passed
the
out uh-huh.
yeah. Wow. Wow, wow. Well, even a broken clock, am I right? Um, but so, and I mean, we don't like Lydia, but she's up there. Oh, I'm not gonna say we don't like Lydia. She's a complicated character. It's too simple to just say we don't like her, but I wouldn't put her on my flag football team. I'm just gonna say
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that. But to Joan's credit, Joan gives her a try. Joan really
yeah.
tries to just keep an open mind and like befriend her or at least make her feel like seen ish. She
But Joan
tries.
is also if Lydia is the pick me,
Mm.
Joan is the, like, I'm everybody's friend. I'm just gonna play the middle mediator, and everybody's gonna be happy, like
Yeah, that's true.
Those vibes.
I fucks with Joan. um, but
And see, I like Vanessa.
I
I
like Vanessa too.
Yeah.
So, they're getting to know one another. Getting
Mhm.
very, very friendly. Vanessa's all like, can you tutor me in like the
Lord have mercy.
stars? Cause like
I was like, if that is not a move, if that is can you show me how to play racquetball? Like, what?
I just
I just don't
I
know where
just
those
can't figure
stars
out
are
where
at.
Orion is. Oh.
I was like, that's the other thing. Joan is so clueless. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she knows that she is different, and she, like, probably has intuitions about why, but she just, like, hasn't quite it's like somebody has to put it in blaring red lights for her,
Yeah.
like, "Joan, you're gay."
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, that's what's going on."
See, I can't wrap my head around the Joan of it all, cause
Yeah.
like, I feel like I feel like Joan is very much, cause they mentioned this sort of her following in the path of her mom
Hmm.
and, kinda just being like the homemaker who takes care of things, and I think she has been so wrapped up in who she thinks she's supposed to be, that
Hmm.
it's not even like this naive thing of, and also, like, keeping in mind again, this is the '80s. It's
Yeah.
not like it is now where you will see way m I mean, in I forget where she grew up, but, like, I feel like the Today Joan would have seen more representation than what
Mhm.
that Joan saw. That would have made it easier for her to
To
understand.
recognize, yeah.
Yes. I think she just genuinely is like, I'm
Something
just she
yeah.
nice. I like her. I wanna be her friend, and she's fascinating, but if that
Doesn't
if
yeah.
if all of those same attributes of Vanessa and the curiosity and the intrigue, and if that was all wrapped up in a guy, she would have also had that other attachment part of it because her brain has, or
Mm.
her system has told her, "Man, woman, be together. This is how it's supposed to be." So,
Yeah.
she's just not even thinking of it in a romantic sense, which
Hmm.
truthfully, in all honesty, also in my own personal opinion, it shouldn't be, if a relationship leads in romance and physical
Mhm.
attraction and not
Mhm.
the emotional connection and authenticity
Yeah.
isn't at the root of it, like, it's really low key doomed. So,
Yeah.
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 So, it did her a
Yeah.
favor.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I wonder if what you're saying about her if all of the characteristics that she liked about Vanessa were contained in a man, if she would still feel the same way, and I kinda don't think that she would. I mean, we don't know that much about
Well, if
Griff.
anything, she really detests men, so it probably would have been worse because
Right,
she
like, I'm like, I don't think she's attracted to men, like and I don't think I don't think she's attracted to men. Like, I don't think if Griff was, like, all of the things that Vanessa is, and I don't know why that's so interesting to me because it's I agree with you that, like, yeah, if her relationship isn't rooted in, like, friendship or connection, like, if it's not rooted in something more deeper and more authentic than, like, romance and, like, physical attraction, then it's probably not gonna be sustainable. But I also think that she's probably more inclined to find connection. I don't know. It just
No,
feels
you're
like
right.
maybe
Whatever you're trying to say is 100%. I know what you're and
Yeah,
technically you've said it. No,
yeah,
you are 100% correct.
yeah,
But I think what in
mm,
my in my opinion,
yeah,
why I think this is working better is because of that ignorance. She's
Mm-mm.
able to just have and build an authentic relationship,
Mhm.
friendship with this woman without the pressure of the we could we be together, could we not? You know, she
Right.
doesn't like in her even if she were openly gay or comfortably gay, she probably wouldn't even, you know, she it then you have that layer of the
Right,
what if.
she's already approaching it with a, like, "I'm attracted to this person, what could this be?" Instead of
Right.
like, "I'm clueless, I just, like,
Yeah.
feel drawn to this person." Yeah.
It makes it so much more special when
Mm.
it at the root of it, it was never about any of that. It was just about who this person was. And yes, she finds her attractive. Like they both have actually said to each other, you know, at some point, whether it was this portion of reading or previously, but they
Mhm.
both are think the other person is attractive, even if Joan does not think that of herself, because I feel like
Mhm.
she doesn't.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah. Oh, cute. I love their little budding romance. It's so cute.
I just need
So
somebody to make a move because I'm getting annoyed, but it's fine. It's fine.
well,
I'll
it's
be
probably not
patient.
gonna be Joan, but who knows? Ooh,
Yeah,
that'd be a
right.
fun
You
prediction.
might be look
Are
at
we
you
back
making
to our
predictions. Who are
predictions?
you?
Okay, we have one. Joan's gonna make a move first. Ooh, I
Wow.
actually kinda think maybe, you know, because I mean, because she made a move on Griff. She did. She was like, "Let me find out,"
Oh,
and then she was like,
Lord.
"Nah."
Yeah.
So, they're in they're in, New Orleans. This is where I think right, like, this is where I think it started to kinda become clear that, like, the it's congealing for other people and slowly for Joan that she is probably a lesbian,
Oh,
so
yeah,
they're
and just for the record, we have flashed back. We are no longer in the present day. We are back
correct.
now, I believe in 1980, in the fall
Yes.
of 1980, if you're
Yes.
going into the New Orleans Strip.
Yes, thank you for that.
Mhm.
So yeah, it is we're back. So this book time travels. So we're back in 1980 and they're in their training program for to become astronauts and they had to go to Mississippi to do a thing at a lab. But they go back because Joan, you know, Joan can get lit. Joan knows how to get lit and have a good time. As like wound up and like much of a square and a goody two shoes as she might be, like when it's time to party, Joan she'll be like, "Oh no, I couldn't possibly," and then she'll be like the one out there, like another round. I don't know. Maybe she's not that lit, but I do feel like she is not. She will not hesitate to party if the moment presents itself. And so, yeah, they're in New Orleans and they all decide to go out to a strip club and Joan just falls in love with the stripper.
Yeah. Yes, yes, she did.
She fell in love with a stripper named Raven and I think she like that was probably the first time that that it that little intuition, that spark of intuition was like, "Oh, like this is like maybe that I don't know, but I feel like that was maybe the first time that she had actually felt like a clear physical attraction to another woman. Because it was like she hadn't had a conversation with Raven or anything like that. Like, it wasn't like with Vanessa where
Yeah.
she, like, is drawn to her, but she doesn't really understand why. It was like her attraction to Raven was, like, purely physical, and I think that
Mhm.
maybe was the first time that it was, like, that obvious to her that it's like, "Oh, I am, like, physically attracted to this woman." Um, but yeah, so she ends up
I just noticed you jumped all the
what?
way to New Orleans.
Well, what did I miss?
You I was like, you couldn't wait to get to New Orleans.
I mean, that was the juicy part. It was so
I'm, like,
juicy.
looking at my notes, and I'm like, "How did we get to New
What?
Orleans
What was
so
your
fast?" New Orleans is the end of this section.
I
Okay,
know,
okay.
but okay, well, you tell me. You
Well,
tell me.
I
What
mean,
what
in somebody's world, as in the great year that I was born, the first
Uh-huh.
space shuttle was launched. We just glossed all the way over.
No, when she okay, well, I mean okay, well, you
You
tell us because that was the moment where I was like, "Oh," I blazed over it very
you
quickly,
were like,
but
I don't care about any of this. Skip, skip, skip,
that
skip,
was
skip.
my whole anecdote about the space shuttle in Florida, and I'm really
Well,
excited about it.
here's one thing that stuck with me on a sort of a thematic level that kind of continues from last week
Huh.
when um you know Joan and Vanessa. What I like about Joan and Vanessa is that they quietly root for each other. And I think
Hmm.
that's what makes a strong relationship in general is when you have like your biggest fan right next to you
Yeah.
and nobody's feeling like they got to be the better person. Like even if it's like a friendly competition, which they don't even come off as competing against each other. It's just constantly like you got this, you can do this, you're going to be
Hmm.
okay. And so what I liked is that they went through that other I don't know, maybe because I just want to do all these things because they sound mind you, I don't like roller coasters. So this is gonna sound crazy. But when
Hmm.
they got into that cargo plane where they had
Mhm.
to experience weightlessness,
Oh, the
that
vomit comet?
yes,
Oh, wait, I
that
thought
was
okay.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I actually even wrote down one of the quotes from that, like,
I think I
oh,
had that written down and was maybe gonna get to it later, but cool, because I wasn't that part stood out to me for sure, and I was like, "Oh, I'll come back to
yeah.
this and not put it in chronological order," but yes, I
Oh, sorry. I'm
no,
just
no,
like,
no, it's
I'm
great, it's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
yeah,
go
I
for it.
just thought it was cool. I actually wrote the whole quote down. Usually I don't even do that. I'm like, just go to page 102. But it said admitting you were afraid always took more guts than pretending you weren't. Being willing to make a mistake got you further than never trying. The world had decided that to be fallible was weak, but we are all fallible. The strong ones are the ones who accepted.
Mhm.
I
Nice.
love that.
Yeah, I had that same quote, and yeah, I think that yes, like well, I'm curious to hear more about quietly rooting for each other. Um,
Well, I mean, maybe not so much in this case, because I guess this was very much about her and Hank's relationship
yeah.
and him being her teacher and really like supporting her.
Mhm.
But I just you always hear about this sort of like divide between who's the favorites and you
Mm,
know, Joan and Vanessa are kind of like the outcast and there's this whole clique of Lydia and Griff and Hank and Harrison and
hmm.
it just feels like that they're each other's biggest supporters in this,
Oh, yeah.
who are on the same level versus her Hank being her teacher and him being a more superior. And so, to me, whether they were intimate or not, or had any intention on dating or not, it
Mhm.
was just that raw, genuine friendship that you see that they
Yeah.
were versus just people who were, you know, comrades or what's the word?
Mm,
Acquaintances.
mhm,
They have a lot of acquaintances in this program, in this class, but you can just what I like seeing is that there's an actual friendship forming before all of the intimacy that we feel know is coming. I
mhm.
just value that they are genuinely friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and, like, really support each other. Somehow I didn't remember Vanessa really being in that scene that much.
I don't think she was. I think that
Okay.
was more about her and Hank. But
Okay,
I
okay,
just
okay. Got it, got it, got it, got
I
it.
personally
That's just something
enjoyed
that
that moment,
yeah.
um, of of just overcoming fear.
Yeah, totally, and, like, not just overcoming it, but, like, owning it and embracing it, like, yeah, I had that same kind of quote, and I really liked there was one sentence before where you started where she says, But the world had decided that to be soft was to be weak, even though in Joan's experience, being soft and flexible was always more durable than being hard and brittle. And that part in particular really, really stuck out to me because it's like, yeah, I mean, I think the toughest, most durable, I mean, I'm not a physical, what are the people that build buildings? Some sort of engineer, structural,
Oh,
civic?
construction workers?
No, well, yeah, and I guess
Structural
engineers
engineers?
too. I
Yeah.
think so. Like they decide the materials and things like that go into things. And it's like, I don't know, you know, much about that from a technical standpoint. But from my experience, for sure, like, things that, like we use when we climb, we use a dynamic rope because it's softer and stretchier and it's like better at protecting us than a static rope would be. Like a static rope would snap under our weight
Mhm.
versus a dynamic rope. So I don't know. It resonated to me because it's like, yeah, that is so true. Like, looking all around, things are it's easier for things that are like softer to be durable and adapt than it is for things that are like hard and brittle. And yeah, I don't know. I think for a long time I felt a lot of shame in being sensitive and like in being kind of like softer and more vulnerable, and like it was an inconvenience to be sensitive and soft. And
Isn't that kind of the common thread behind being a black woman in general though, is that you a strong black woman,
my
you can
god.
take it, you can handle it, and that we're
Yeah.
all supposed to be tough and not show
Mhm.
weakness, but then also then we get the angry black woman trope.
Mhm. Yeah.
So it's like you can't really win. I gotta be
Mhm.
tough, but not too tough, because then if I'm
Mhm.
too tough, then I'm a biatch.
Mhm.
And then if I'm a biatch, then nobody wants me because I'm not soft and
People don't feel
feminine.
like I'm worthy of being protected because I'm like, that I can protect myself, and it's like, I don't wanna always have to. And also, like, not I can't always, like, sometimes it's like I'm just
I don't
putting
wanna
up the
put my
facade
own
of
jacket
being
on
tough.
the puddle. Can
Right.
somebody else put their jacket on the puddle so
Right.
I can walk
Yeah.
across?
No, it's true. It's so true. Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I am curious like where that comes from, but I definitely know that I'm sure it comes from different places for different people, and I think that that in general is the narrative. I know that like when I was younger, I feel like my dad really like wanted me to have like tough skin, and like just didn't really have a lot of patience for some of those softer emotions. And yeah, I don't know. It is yeah, it's true. It is a common thing, but I have learned as I've gotten older, I'm trying to learn how to make space, hold space for like the tenderness, the vulnerability, the fear,
Yeah.
all of that, and just be like, okay, I guess you go pack up your bag and you coming along, but we're gonna go do the thing. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to feel, and I
Mhm.
think for yes, a while, you didn't think you could have feelings and be emotional, and
Yeah.
sometimes it's been weaponized against you.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah.
you've been told that you're using your tears as a weapon
Mm.
to win a fight or, like it's I'm gonna I'm gonna move on to the spring of 1981.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
I
gets
hear
getting
you.
too personal, but yeah,
I hear that. I feel you.
as someone who was born in the summer of 1981,
Yeah.
um, I thought this was a good moment in their development of a relationship because during this section of the book is where in my mind Vanessa is trying very hard to poke at Joan with the whole, Griffin like you, Griffin wants you,
Mm,
Griffin trying to be with you. I see.
mm.
Oh, you and Griff. Like she's doing this on purpose
Mhm.
because she knows A that like but, Joan is completely clueless to even notice that this guy is, like, flirting with her, and
Hmm.
she's trying to basically, like, tell her, like I feel like she's trying to tell her who she is, but she knows she can't tell her who she is because she has to get there on her own,
Yeah.
but, I feel like she's playing a game, and at the same time
Mm,
okay, I have a question.
okay.
Do you think do you think Vanessa is actively trying to get with Joan and knows she wants to be with a woman? Like, I think both of them are not, like,
Hmm.
openly gay, but I
Hmm.
feel like Vanessa has has grown into it. Like, she's lived a life and she's like, "No, no, I know
Mhm.
I'm attracted to women."
Mhm.
I may have had a past with men, but I'm very much attracted to women, and I am into this woman, and I am going after her. I
Mhm.
just wonder, do you think because I am wondering what is she? Because she's acting jealous. She's getting to a point where
Mm.
she's clearly jealous of Griffin, but I'm like, is she
Mhm.
jealous or is she just trying to get Joan to recognize that you don't want Griffin, but Griffin wants you, so you need to, like, look out, but also I want you, so, like, what's
Yeah.
up?
I I think that I think it's probably more of the latter of what you said. Like, I don't think she's actually jealous because I don't think that she thinks that Joan would go for Griff. So I think that she's, like, saying it and, like, prodding her maybe to test her and
Yeah,
her own, you know, or self-awareness, I guess, but I don't first of all, Vanessa, generally speaking, just seems like the kind of person who's too confident to really I'm not gonna say get jealous, but like in a way that she would actually act on it. She just seems like a bit too confident. She doesn't strike me as somebody who would really do that out of a genuine attention seeking kind of behavior. So I don't know. I get the feeling that I definitely think that she knows that she likes women, and I think that she suspects that of Joan, and I think that she is, like, trying to challenge Joan in a somewhat indirect way, but
yeah, I think she's trying to wake her up because 'cause I'm
yeah.
pretty sure she was the one who complimented her first,
Hmm.
and I didn't write it down, but I just put, she compliments Joan and Joan compliments her back. They are playing this weird cat and mouse game.
Yeah, definitely is true. Um, yeah, so gosh, I mean, yeah, I think that Vanessa definitely knows, and so are we in New Orleans yet, or are we at the space
I don't think
launch?
we're in New Orleans yet. No, they're still home. They're still in what, Houston or whatever, wherever their home base is.
Yeah,
Houston? It's Houston, not Florida, right?
they are in Houston right now,
Yeah.
correct.
No, they're in
Mhm.
Houston right now. If we're still talking about them, the
Hey.
whole "I'm going to dinner.
Uh,
You should come to dinner with us." "No, I don't wanna go to dinner with you."
mhm.
And then, um, you know, they start talking about love and marriage
Hmm.
and that got interesting for
Hmm.
me. It's like,
Hmm.
"Oh, cute."
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're still that's where we are. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, they just have, like, this so basically what ends up happening is Griff asks Joan to go kick it,
Mhm.
and Joan agrees to kick it. Vanessa is like, "Why y'all kicking it?" And Joan's like, "You can come kick it with us." And Vanessa's like, "I don't wanna kick it with y'all. I want you to kick it with me. So you need to
Mhm.
blow him off." And then Joan is like, "Alright, bet. Imma blow him off and go kick it with you." So, then they go out to dinner, and they're having drinks, and they're just talking, and then, Vanessa telling her how great she is, and Joan's like, "I'm not really that great." She's like, "But you can draw and you can do all this stuff," and which
Mhm.
I do find interesting that she's left and right brained. That is fascinating,
Yeah.
because that's very rare
Hmm.
anyway. Um, and then Joan admits that she has never been in love, and, Vanessa's like, if she had the option to be married with kids, um, would she have chosen that? And she's like, "I don't think I would've." And yeah. And then I wrote this down. This kinda towards the end of this dinner. I found it interesting that Joan was, like, cringing when Vanessa sat with, like, her legs spread open, and I'm guessing
Yeah.
she's basically trying to, I guess, say that she was sitting masculinely maybe? I don't know
Yeah.
where she was trying to go with that.
Huh.
But I thought that was interesting that it was like, "Oh, she's not being ladylike," or something, when she's so against these, like, roles and norms that I was surprised about that comment.
Mm, mhm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, well,
And that's how we end
she's a
end of
10, but
yeah. Yeah,
um,
she had one little mini ick happen.
yeah.
But luckily,
Um,
she don't know she's into her yet, so it's fine.
but that's I mean, I think kinda to your point, like, that's the beauty of, like, getting to know someone is, like, you get to kinda decide before you even realize that you're developing an attraction to them, you get to
Yep,
decide what are your deal breakers and what aren't, and then, you can decide something's a deal breaker before you even allow yourself to get emotionally invested or, like, even interested, like, that is what kinda lets you know, like, "Oh, okay, this is probably somebody that I'm not
yeah.
gonna ever really be romantic with."
And
Um,
that is the beauty of being friends first, because
yeah,
things that would bother you if you were with the person, you it doesn't bother you because it's like you know all
I have
that
to deal with
person's
that all
weird,
the time.
quirky yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it. I love it. Let me
yeah.
go back to college because that's like the only way you really can, like, you got 4 years to love and hate people.
Right? Oh, man. Um, okay, so they
So
do
now we're in New Orleans.
okay, so now we're in New Orleans, and yeah, I mean, that's when they go to the strip club, uh, and Joan just cannot stop thinking about one of the strippers. She is in love with the stripper on her T-Pain, um,
Yeah, he wrote that
and
song for her. I think he
right?
must have time traveled.
Um, but she and Griff, I mean, she's lit. Like Joni knows how to get lit. And she does end up getting lit in New Orleans. And Joan knows that Griff is attracted to her, but she like cringes at the thought of it. Like she like is like so uncomfortable with it, but she doesn't really know how to deal with it. And I think on their walk back, or maybe after they left the strip club, um she is like, let me just try to break the ice. Let me just rip this band-aid off and see if like I can actually
Yeah.
be attracted to Griff. Which is like, if you have to do all of that, that's how you know that you're
Mhm.
not like, if you have to try to brace yourself to like be attracted to him, you're not attracted to him. But she does try to kiss him, and she immediately is like, no,
Yeah.
I hate this.
He's like, "This is just as bad as it's always been, every time."
Yeah. And I think even Griff at this point like seems to suspect that she's a lesbian
Yeah.
when he puts her in the car in the cab to send her back home, and she's like, "It's complicated." And he's like, "I thought it might be. I mean, I thought you might be."
Mhm.
And I don't know, I like the way that she's able to, like, I don't know, I like how that's was written and how, like, I think the author is really good at, like, implying things and insinuating things through language without being upfront about it, like, we all knew what he meant when he said that.
Mhm.
There was another moment kinda later on when they're in the hotel, the next day, and Joan's like super hungover, and she has like I was like, this is actually low key kind of creepy. And she
You talking
had
about her
like
doodles?
drawings
Mhm.
of the stripper just all over her roof, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
Joan.
Look, to be fair, if she had a cell phone, she probably woulda snuck some pictures, so she
Yeah,
needed to remember what she
yeah,
saw. This is before cell phone times.
right. Facts, yeah. So yeah, Joan is like drunk in her room drawing pictures of Raven, and the next morning, Vanessa comes and is like, "Hey, we're waiting on you. We gotta go." And they have this like moment that's like there's like this tension underneath the surface. She's really good at writing like that tension too.
Mhm, yeah,
There's like a moment where I wish I would have like let me see, wonder if I can find the pages, but there's just a moment where uh Joan is I feel like Vanessa sees Joan, and I feel like Joan knows that Vanessa sees her, and Vanessa is like, "Oh, this is like I don't know. I feel like she's like a little squirmy just because she's not used to being seen so clearly. And they're having this like conversation where they're kind of like they're talking about it without talking about it, but
yeah.
they're asking one another if they know who they are.
Mhm.
Um like Joan is like asking Vanessa, do you know who you are? And Vanessa's like, no, I know who I am, and I know who you are, but do you know who you are?
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
and
I have the
yeah,
page if you want me to.
please.
Yeah. So, basically, Joan is kinda also like, "Vanessa, what's up? Where you go? You don't like strip
Right.
clubs? Like, what happened? What?"
Which why did
Yeah,
Vanessa
like,
leave?
did you enjoy it?" And Vanessa was like, "What do you think?" And it's like, "I don't know, you left, I couldn't tell." And so
Yeah.
Vanessa was like, "Look," basically, she ain't say nothing, and then Joan says, "You say I don't know who I am, but do you know who you are?" Joan asked her. Vanessa laughed, and Joan cringed, because why she laughing at me? "Yes, Joan, I do, AKA yes, I am happily queer. And you know who I am too, 'cause I saw the way you was looking at me under them stars." And she basically said, if you're honest with yourself, you know who I am, you know who
Mhm,
you are, and
mhm.
you know who we about to be.
Right, you right.
So, and, um, and then it just says, "Oh, they were much too close to the sun." And then, of
Right.
course,
Mm.
Joan, who, you know, is clearly still not ready to know who she is, was like, "I think we I mean, we late, they gonna leave us. We gotta go get my glasses, Imma put my clothes on," and
Yeah,
just kinda stumbles out of the whole thing. And
yeah.
Vanessa's like, "Alright." So, for the record,
Whenever you're ready.
I have made for everyone's, just so everyone understands,
Yeah.
I have made Joan and Vanessa the only 2 Black people in this program.
Oh my god, I keep forgetting that they're Black.
They're not.
They
I
are, we
promise you,
decided.
I have looked at the cover of this every day.
No, we've decided.
I already know who these well, actually, I know who Vanessa is. I haven't found an actor to play Joan in my head yet, but for me,
Okay.
these are 2 queer Black women,
Yes,
and I
they
love
are
it
because
for
they
me.
are. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just so when y'all are hearing these scenes reenacted, you have the correct visual, 'cause I know when the movie comes out, you're gonna be like, "Whoa, Tiffany lied to us." 'Cause it's just my own fantasy.
Wow. Well, I think that they're Black, and I think one of them is bald.
Yeah, see, yeah, I ignore the parts where they describe their physical, stuff. Although the long curly hair, it still applies to my
Mm,
Vanessa.
yeah.
Um, Yeah. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how this portion of this whole section ends is them heading out of
Oh man.
heading out of town or
Yeah.
not out of town, going basically going back home.
Houston to
Um,
eight.
and then it pretty much ends with me feeling the way that I am going to not stop feeling, I think, throughout
About
this the
Barbara?
entirety of this book is that Barbara's a bitch. Barbara's a bitch. Barbara's a bitch. Sorry, get the kids away. Barbara's a bitch. I cannot
We
stand
don't
Barbara.
like Barbara. No, Barbara's horrible.
I didn't like I mean, this is just the first time I'm expressing my utter disdain, I think. I
You
don't think
kinda
I
hinted at it
expressed
last week. You hinted at it.
I
You
might have
weren't like,
mentioned that I'm something about her is bothering me because she
"It's
acting like
cemented now."
yeah, she's acting like the yeah, this this section of reading, not even you know what's crazy? Yes,
Yeah.
her leaving her child outside,
Well,
trash,
yeah,
abuse,
obviously.
that's the
Uh-huh.
problem. That ain't even what bothers me. It's
Mm.
this constant making Joan feel guilty about things. You
Being
you
like,
you going up on a work trip? How
yeah,
dare you go on a work trip? But she's in
yeah.
NASA.
How there you go. You told her to sign up for it. You
You
don't
you
even remember.
yo, you would have thought that this woman worked for Mary Kay and she was going to a conference. Like, you would have like, sh like,
Yeah,
what job do you think she has? And why
yeah.
do you think it is her job to take care of your kid?
Right, and I'm
Like,
like I wanted to talk about this actually because I am just trying to understand the relationship between Joan and Barbara, like and I'm like, is it jealousy on Barbara's part? Is Barbara I think it could be that, because it's like Joan was responsible and now she's kinda like bearing the fruit, I guess, of some of like all of that effort that she put in from a young age and Joan and Barbara's here with a baby that she probably isn't ready for, maybe doesn't really want. And, like, I don't know. I wonder if there's that. I wonder if it's just an entitlement, like
yeah,
the
I just think it's
little
entitlement. I actually
sibling
don't even think
thing.
she's jealous. I think she's just
Yeah.
entitled. I mean, look, Joan tells the story
Mm,
about how she got pregnant once and
yeah.
lost the baby.
Mhm.
And then when she snuck out again, like, she's like, "Oh, I think I'm a horrible person because I told my parents that she snuck out and got her in trouble." And
Right.
then she ended up getting pregnant again. Like, sis, you asked for all of this. This is your world. And
Yeah.
their parents don't seem, I mean, we don't know much about their parents
Mhm.
other than that I think Joan just doesn't see herself in her mom.
Mhm.
So there's just that like and she's obviously having identity issues.
Mhm.
I don't think anyone's ever made Joan feel any kind of way about anything, really.
Yeah.
She seems like she was the quote unquote good kid and Barbara was the bad irresponsible one. And to
Yeah.
me, if anything, Joan just plays second mom to Barbara.
Yeah.
And she just and because she did that, there's now this like expectation. You took care of me. Now you're gonna take care of me and mines.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
yeah, so all I see is entitlement. And I'm like,
Mm.
you know what? I'm just gonna need to 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 kick it with baby girl, and I don't need to talk to you. Like
Yeah.
she needs a wake up call because that was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. Yeah, the way that Joan apologized and the barber's like, "Well, thank you.
Yeah,
That was big of you." Hmm. And it's like,
which I'm like, why are you apologizing? Like,
right,
no.
right, yeah. Yeah. Hmm. That is
Mhm.
interesting. I'm very curious to see like how their relationship will change throughout the course of the book. Like I'm trying to figure out what does the author really want us to know or like what does this relationship mean and like what are we as the reader meant to kind of get out of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am curious to see like if and how their relationship evolves. But yeah, I agree. I definitely was like, Barbara sucks. um,
it is a very interesting juxtaposition to just seeing how Joan balances her work relationship or her work life and her home life.
Hmm.
And so it is fascinating that the writer has created these 2 parallels of
Hmm.
women in her life.
Hmm.
And I think her mom might end up popping up at some point. I guess that's my random prediction. That's about all I
Mm.
got for now. But,
Mm.
I think they're trying to sort of tell the story. Honestly, it's almost like 2 love stories if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, yes, you have, the Joan and Vanessa of it all, but the Joan
Mhm.
and Barbara of it all is interesting 'cause if we know anything about sisterly relationships, and there's
Mhm.
always that sort of love-hate dynamic. I did not grow up with any sisters. I
Mm.
have a sister, but I did not grow up around a sister, so I don't know what that feels like, but
Mm.
I've, watched a plethora of television and film
Mhm.
that I assume is based on real life.
Hmm.
And there is always an interesting relationship between sisters, especially if they're somewhat close in age.
Mm.
I feel like they go through these, like, parallel layers of love you, hate you, love you again, because puberty and,
Mm. That's
hormones
so
and stuff.
interesting. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know.
you did grow up with a sister, so you have an actual real life
Yeah,
practical.
I mean, well, so, okay, my relationship with my sister, it was never I never really had the, like there we and my sister never really fought. We never really had the, like, push-pull, love you, hate you kind of relationship. Now, I'm the youngest sister, the younger sister. My sister's 8 years older than me. But my sister really did treat me like I was like her baby. Like she treated me like I was like her first child and I got attached to her very much in that way. And she never I feel like I was lucky like cuz I do know the like back and forth that comes between siblings like you said, especially when they're like closer in age, like maybe 2
Yeah.
years in age or something like
Yeah,
that.
you have that benefit. The 8-year changes things. When you all didn't go through middle school/ high school together, it is very different.
Yeah, she was always like very she was, like, nice to me. Like, my sister was really nice to me, like, always. But I will say that, like, I did get I don't know if entitlement is the right word. I don't know that I ever well, I'm sure I experienced some entitlement over my sister's time and energy. I don't think I ever would've hmm. I was gonna say, I don't think I ever would have been the kind of person to be like, "You gonna raise my child, like, we co-parenting," like, I
Yeah.
don't think that I ever would have been as bad as Barbara, but I think that there is some part of me that probably would have had an expectation of some level of support from my sister, um, just because it's like, I looked up to her so much, like, I was always just like, "Andrew, what do I do now?" Like,
Mhm.
um but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do think maybe entitlement isn't the best word for it, but I do think that I had like a possessiveness over my sister of like, I was like the gate. I was like, any man want to get to her, got to get past me. Like I was like such a bully to like every dude she ever brought home. I was
Oh,
like a
yeah.
little angry chihuahua. But yeah, I think I just like felt like a strong attachment to my sister that translated to me like being jealous of other partners because I was like, "You're gonna take her from me."
Yeah, and that's
um,
the older sister that's just kinda like what comes with that older sister life. They
yeah.
become the second mom, and, when mom's at work, the sister sort of fulfills that role,
Hmm.
especially, again, like you said, and in some cases, even if there's not that big age gap, but if there's that need of support,
Hmm.
that's what it becomes, and so
Yeah.
yeah, Barbara and Joan are literally living that dynamic. I'd be curious if the author has an older or younger sister and
Mm,
has used those experiences to create these 2 characters because this is very real. Now,
yeah.
it may be a bit hyperbolic, but it's very real,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. Yeah.
so
I feel like my sister made me cool. Like all the things that I like about myself, I feel like I learned from my sister. Like how to socialize, how to dress, how to like,
yeah.
just stuff like that. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not as bad as Barbara, but I'm glad that I'm the youngest sister. Being an older sister sounds cool, but I think I'm better at being a younger sister.
I'm
That's my
also I
ministry.
like being the only girl, so I don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyways,
wow.
well, those were good. Yeah, this book is good. I was like, I it took everything in me not to keep reading.
Mhm.
Actually,
Yeah.
okay, so
Did you you read?
no, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. I don't cheat. Nope, nope. I don't know what's happening. No, but what I did do, so I was reading Between the World and Me,
Uh,
and I cannot. It's
oh.
it's not that this is my second attempt to read this book. It is a great
Mhm.
book. Everyone should
Mhm.
read the book. But with everything that's going on right now,
Oh.
I can't. I just don't have the capacity.
Mm.
So I had to start reading another book. And it's
Mhm.
interesting because I think we talked about this last week or maybe the week before. But I think I am going to return to my Buddhism journey.
Mm.
I am seeking nirvana. I am
Mm.
100% gonna move forward. I'm not at the phase of looking for a community, but I am gonna start
Yeah,
focusing on the Dharma and educating myself
that's cool.
and I'm also really, really, really wanting to um get into a meditation practice. So
Wow. Well, that's
um
cool.
yeah. So I
'Cause
am
I
reading a
remember you oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, 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 no. I'm just saying, so that's where my readings are going,
Mm.
right now. I'm not reading the Dharma yet.
Mm.
I'm actually reading a book called Modern Buddhism
Mm.
that was like this as it should be because of the culture of Buddhism in general, wouldn't be gate kept by writing a book about it and charging, but this three-part book is something I've had on my phone for years in
Hmm.
my iBooks, and I'm not exaggerating. I wish I could actually find out when I placed this in my library because 'cause it's been in here f 4 years, and
Wow.
so I'm going to focus on reading those books, and it's it's making me feel more at ease and easing the anxiety that I am having. And so, like, reading Between the World and Me, when all this is going on, is just like I'm trying to, like, redirect how my wellness journey is going. And I do think, yes, there is value in reading certain literature like that,
Mhm.
but I'm not there. I really need to find more mental peace. And just
Yeah.
the like 1 to 2 chapters I read,
Mm.
it's a little freaky how I can't explain it yet, but
Mm.
it's where I need to be right now, so
Like,
that's
your
where I'm at.
mind just didn't wanna go there
Mm-mm.
to some of
No.
those topics. Yeah.
No, and no, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Not the time.
mm-mm, mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
I hear that. I mean, I get it. Like, I'm sure that, I think Ta-Nehisi Coates is not known for being a light casual read. It's usually some stuff that's gonna, like, have you in your feelings, have you deep in
Yeah,
thought, have you, like, angry a little bit, like, or, just, I don't know, experiencing some heavy emotions. So I don't know. I love that. And I remember you kind of like mentioning, like, oh, but am I like, is it okay for me to practice, like, to learn about Buddhism if I'm like not sure that, like, I don't remember exactly how you described it, but maybe what your level of commitment was going to be or whatever. But it's like, I don't know. I think it's cool that you're just like pursuing it and learning more about it because, like, whether you decide to identify as a Buddhist or not, like, it's still information that's
yeah,
available to you and it can shape your perspective on life and your identity to whatever extent you want. Like, you don't have to become a full-fledged Buddhist, practicing Buddhist to like get
yeah.
value out of this and have it add meaning to your life. So I respect that. And yeah, I wrote those books down because I think that like I am trying to like also just So I'm trying, like, something is happening and I, like, am
Mm,
trying. I think that, like, I need some spiritual guidance as well. So I had, like, some books that I found that I bought years ago when I was living in New York on Buddhism,
mm,
and that I haven't, like, they've been books that, like, here and there over, the course of the years, I've just, like, popped it open and, like, I've read a passage and I've always gotten something out of it. But I don't know. I think that I want to return to those texts too a little bit more and just, like, yeah, like, really try to, like, read them with a bit more intention and figure out how to apply them
yeah,
this current moment in time. So, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'll never tell anybody what to do, but it is definitely the path for me right now. So,
Yeah.
yep, that is where I am. And those are your words of the week. No, but like for real, find what puts you at ease.
Mhm,
If you're feeling uneasy right now, and if climbing isn't doing that for you, find that thing because
mhm.
it's rough and it's probably just gonna get rougher. And
Yeah.
we have to come up with ways. I think the thing that already like fascinates me about Buddhism is that it is about community care
Mm,
and helping other people.
mhm,
And right now, sometimes when I feel like, oh, I'm helpless, I am excited about the idea of like finding a community and actually being around people who are authentically wanting to help people with no ulterior motives, there's no objective behind it, just to make the world a better place and
mhm,
actually have like the ability to be actionable and not just talk
mhm.
or rant or post. I'm very action oriented. I want to feel like I can make a difference, not, you know, feel like I'm
Let's just
performing.
talk about it, be about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Word.
that's all I got. And next week, we are going to be reading pages 140 to 193. So we are still in our flashback mode. We're going to continue with the flashbacks. I'm sure we're going to go back to 1984 at some point, but right now we are going to return back to 1981 or continue in 1981
Yeah.
and yeah, keep it moving.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Well, great. I'm excited. I'm with you in, like, trying to contain myself and not go not read faster than what we've laid out. It's been hard, but I'm excited that I finally get to start reading again. So,
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Same. So yeah, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Words in the Wild Pod. You can subscribe to our video series Beyond the Wild on YouTube. Join our book club, and all the links are in our show notes. So yeah, support the authors, support the writers, and just connect with us. Like, subscribe, share with your friend and another friend who you think might need a little moment of pause. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Cool. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. See y'all next week. Words in the Wild, an adventure and wellness podcast produced by First Outdoor Company. Subscribe now and be sure to follow us on social media at Words in the Wild Pod.